By the end of this video, you will be able to easily recreate this animation with almost no prior knowledge of Unreal Engine. In just 1 hour of time. Not too long ago, I fulfilled a long-standing desire of mine by attempting to create a video within the boss fight challenge by pwnisher or pwnisher. You got it. True, it came almost a year after the announcement, but one does what one must for the sake of inner fulfillment. Considering my limited experience with cinematics in Unreal Engine, I knew it would be beneficial to pursue a straightforward idea and try to execute the entire project within the shortest possible time frame. What you see now is the result I managed to achieve in just a couple of working hours. I believe it's highly beneficial to strive for a final outcome within the short time frame, as it maintains interest and motivation during the process, thus enhancing the learning pace. Many pros utilize a pack of more than 5 programs to work on a 4-second clip. One program for modeling, another for rigging, another for motion capture, and so on. In this lesson, I will guide you step by step on how to replicate this work using primarily Unreal Engine 5 alone. I am confident that repeating this lesson will be valuable for all beginners who wish to delve into this program. I sincerely hope that this material will provide you with a wealth of new knowledge, and revisiting this tutorial will give you the necessary motivation to realize your own ideas. My concept revolves around a large passenger plane at the center, serving as the boss with Special Forces operatives as the heroes in the project. The storyline is unclear. The police officers might be going on a rescue mission, or maybe they're actually the bad guys. Such a simple composition already creates storytelling. Plus, working with this idea is straightforward, as there are no complex animations and all necessary 3D models likely exist in stock. First and foremost, we navigate to the link from pwnisher's video description announcing the challenge and download the archive with send files. After unpacking, you'll find files for Blender, Cinema 4D, Unreal Engine, and so on. Then I duplicate the Unreal Engine 5 folder to always have a backup file and to create new projects in the same scene in the future. Next, we launch Unreal Engine itself and open the file from the duplicate folder. In the project, we open the folder labeled FAR. Then open the level and click on Sequence to view the camera animation. Next, I'll show you how I work with references and prepare for working with the blockout. While working on this project, I didn't use external references, only Midjourney AI. You can use any other free AI. From my experience, I recommend the Playground AI as it's free. I created a reference board in free program PureRef, where I saved others' works and multiplied versions of my concept. Some images attracted me with their colors, others with their composition, and some with their lighting. To create the final concept, I combined several works in Adobe Photoshop. Usually, at the initial stage I create a scene blockout, but since we're dealing with just a couple of large models here, I immediately went to the Sketchfab website to find the 3D models I needed. This site offers many free 3D models for any task. I downloaded both, the plane and the SWAT team members with their vehicles. I suggest downloading characters in FBX format and everything else in GLB format. The GLB format contains textures which is convenient for importing into Unreal Engine, and FBX format can be uploaded to the Mixima platform where we will animate the character's movements. In Unreal Engine, I created a folder for imported objects and added the plane model to it. I added the plane to the scene, scaled it, removed unnecessary objects from the scene, and made sure to delete them from the sequence as well. Next, I created a new master material for the plane texture, because the original texture somehow turned out to be faulty. I added the plane texture to the master material, created a material instance, and applied this instance to the plane model. I decided to give a plane a more metallic look. In Quixel Bridge, I downloaded a texture called Metal Panel. Then I found the master material for this texture and made a duplicate to be used as a plane material. I added and downloaded the Metal Panel textures to it and included parameters for material manipulation in the material instance panel. It's not complicated, it mainly involves multiply with connected numerical parameters. You can also see how I implement and blend in normal maps. I attached the new material instance to the model and adjusted the material parameters. Next, from Sketchfab platform I downloaded a mountain model and added it to the scene. I experimented with exposure and hide fog settings and added local fog sources. Additionally, I included a post-process volume, making sure to check the unbound option, and added subtle color correction. Then, I added a focus transition from near to far. To achieve this, I selected Object Tracking Focus, attached to the tracking to a simple cube, added Y-axis moment to the cube, and hid it beneath the scene surface. Afterward, I moved on to the Mixima website, where we would animate the characters. I uploaded the Special Forces file, chose a T-pose and downloaded it. Then I downloaded several character movement animations with rifles and added them to the scene. But first, I added the T-pose model, so that the new animations would align with the already imported mesh. In the sequence, I created tracks for my characters. I quickly placed the cars and decided to add an airport in the background. Unable to find the desired model on Sketchfab, I created a simple model in Blender and added window light materials to it. Using the free software called JSplacement, I created a points texture, added it to the project and used it in a material as an emissive source. Typically used for creating textures for sci-fi projects, this texture proved useful in this scenario. I added the items to the scene that the characters will hold in their hands. To attach items to the character's movements, I made sure to specify movable near location. I placed the item in the character's hands, clicked Attach to, and selected the bone of the character's hand. I repeated this action for each character. Then I slowed down the hero's movements for the slow motion effect. I duplicated their movements for the entire sequence duration and clicked Mesh with the bone in previous clip to make the transitions between animations seamless. Here I had to experiment a bit, adjusting the animation and selecting different bones. Mostly the hips bone works, but not always. Finally, the finishing touch. I tried enabling path tracing, which improved reflections but required me to work on clouds and fog again, so I stuck with Lumen. I adjusted the characters slightly, added lighting sources and selected PNG format and 4K resolution for rendering. If you intend to do serious color correction work, then choosing the EXR format is advisable, but in this case I plan to finish the project quickly and limit myself to minor work in DaVinci Resolve. And there you have it! In just an hour's work, I obtained a render that reflected the idea in my head. If you are completely new to Unreal Engine and want to learn how to create cinematics, I suggest replicating this process. There is nothing overly complex here. Such simple scenes help you learn to work with the software, gain motivation, and produce beautiful shots to showcase to friends, clients on freelance platforms, or even potential employers. If you want more tutorials like this, subscribe. Comment on what else you'd like to see. Have a great day!